All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and happy Friday. We've got another watch from AV-8 here, guys. We just had the P51 Mustang, the Hitchcock. Really awesome automatic watch. This is a new quartz dual time they've got out. This is the Carey DualTime, named after RAF legend Frank Chota was his nickname, Carey. He served in the RAF from 1927 to 1960 and had a really illustrious career. So really cool watch. I really like what they've done with this one. Here is the information for the watch itself. If y'all want to scan that, you guys can scan it and go on over to the website. But here's all the information about operating the dual time functionality. I'll kind of get into a little bit of that as we show the watch. But interesting, this one has 50 meters of water resistance. One of the things I wanted to show you guys in here is it does say for 50 meters of water resistance, it's good for splash showering, swimming, and bathing. So that's kind of cool. This is a watch you can take swimming, no big deal. The only thing is it does have a leather strap on it, so that might be a little bit of a problem here. So great looking timepiece. I'm really impressed with this one. This one is, I do believe, the, what's the reference number on this? This is the AV-4088, and I think this is the -01. So they've got about 4 different colorways out there available. So I really like the way this one is laid out. So let's go ahead and get into the specs on it. It's a bigger watch. I measured the case from side to side at 43.5. Lug tip to lug tip comes in at 50.5, about 12.5 millimeters of thickness, the top of the hardened mineral crystal on this watch, and you have 22 millimeter lug openings. Really nice looking piece. The case is brushed all the way around. No polishing is really done on this watch anywhere at all. You do have a signed crown on the main crown. We'll put the AV-8 logo at least there. The dual time setup, let's talk about that. So you have your standard time setup, obviously on the main dial. You have a 24-hour register over here that's in conjunction with the main time here. And then over here is your other dual time functionality. Now, you look at the watch and you say, well, it's got pushers. What are those for? Those actually operate the dual time over there. You can move, if you guys watch closely, every time you push this thing, it's actually moving that hand back 10 minutes. So you can actually set it that way and you can move it back to a different time zone. If you use this pusher, you can get it back to where we had it. I had it for second time zone for basically 3 hours out. So it'd be a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon for the East Coast. And I pushed it one too many. So I gotta get it back. So interesting, but if you want to have an easy to set dual time, really cool to have that little functionality over there at the 9 o'clock window. With this movement, which it's a Japanese quartz movement, I'm not quite sure exactly what movement it is. I'm assuming it's a Miyota. You do have date functionality down here at the 6 o'clock position. Now, if you guys are familiar with AV-8 watches, one of the really just neat things about them is the depth to their dial. And I'll try to turn it here and show you how much is going on with these dials. You can see on those subdials, those registers, they're set up very much like an aviation clock or what you'd see on the dashboard of your aircraft. The indices are raised above the main dial, as you guys can see, and they're full of loom. We'll get a loom shot of this watch at the end, but it's a really neat piece. Now, guys, I'm not really sure a whole lot about this watch. These are brand new, so down in the description, I'm going to leave a link to where you can go to AV-8 and you can get in there, sign up for these as they come out. They're coming out very soon with these watches, but I really don't have a whole lot of information on it besides what I can tell you here. The strap is nice. It says genuine leather. I do believe it kind of feels like PU leather to me, but it does say genuine leather, so it's going to be probably particle leather. On the back of it here, you guys do have the Hawker Hurricane, which is cool. That was the plane that Frank Carey flew, so very neat. Gives you the information, all stainless steel construction, quartz movement, and water resistance to 50 meters. So neat looking timepiece all the way around. I really like what they've done with this. With AV-8s, the dials are really what draw you to them, the depth of the dial and how much is actually going on them. You guys always want to know about the indice or where the second hand is hitting on the indices. Like a lot of quartz watches, it does pretty good about halfway around and then it'll start getting awry. But honestly, for me, it ticks 60 times around for 1 minute, and that's not a problem for me. Let's go ahead and pause it. Get this watch on my 7-inch wrist and then stick around for the loom shot. All right, so here's the watch on my 7-inch wrist at 50.5 lug to lug. I usually don't go that big, but it does fit my wrist well. It looks really cool. It's a great looking dial layout. I love the fact that you do have that dual time capability on it. It's not a huge dial for a dual time, but it's a really neat, handy feature to have on the watch. Let's go ahead and pause it and check out the lume on this one. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, guys, it is a mineral crystal from what I can tell on this watch. I don't believe it's sapphire. I used my tester and it didn't come out as sapphire, but it seems to have an AR coating. As you guys can see there as I turn it, because of the dome to the mineral crystal, they've gone ahead and put an AR coating on it, which works pretty darn good at keeping the reflections down. So, okay, now let's go out with that loom shot. All right, guys. So like I said, link will be down below in the description where you can sign up over at the AV-8 website to get all the information on this new piece. The Carey DualTime is definitely a fun one. Love the dial layout on this watch. It's just really, really impressive. Loom is applied heavily, as they have been doing on AV-8s for quite a while. And I mean, no problem reading the legibility of this dial. Nice, big, bold sword hands on the watch. Even the loomed subdials down there on those hands makes it work extremely, extremely well. Beautiful, beautiful offering from AV-8. Not sure what these are going to be going for as far as the MSRP, guys, what that's going to go for, but definitely something to check out if you're into these pilot style watches from AV-8. So much going on with these dials. Really cool stuff. So guys, you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.